Hello everyone, hope you're having a great week. Mine's been pretty good. I just got done finishing up kegging and bottling smoky ale and an American pale ale. Other than that, welcome to part 2 of my keg cooler build. In the first episode we took it all apart, stripped it down, built the collar, cut a bunch of grooves into the wood and the edge of the cooler. Then we adhered it down and put a bunch of weight on top so that it could cure for a couple of days. In this episode, I want to get started on the CO2 gas side of the draft system. I've got a bunch of parts in, and let's just get to it. So what I did first is I laid out 8 marks evenly across the back of the collar. The intent with that is so that when all the lines are installed, they'll lay straight across the kegs, 2 kegs here, 2 kegs, 2 kegs, 2 kegs. That way the inside of the cooler looks a lot cleaner and the hoses aren't all just strewn about and rolled up. I'm just really going for that clean look. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm installing brass tubing and fittings in each hole so that I can have an easy way to disconnect the lines from the outside and connect them on the inside. In case there's any damage, I can replace them quickly instead of having to pull the lines out and ultimately have to start over again. So right now I'm just going to start drilling holes. Now that I've drilled some pilot holes so I know where everything's going to be, I'm going to drill some recesses to accept the washers. Okay, now I finished drilling all the holes all the way down, and I've made some recesses to accept washers on both sides of the collar. I'm going to install some of my brass fittings and brass pipe, and I have on here a brass washer. Behind it I have a rubber washer and plumber's tape in there to hopefully have a good seal. Now I'm going to install the 90-degree brass fittings that will receive the hoses. Okay, at this point we get all the holes drilled, all the pipes fittings are in, just the way I like it. The outside ones are turned in, and then the middle ones are straight because the manifold will be mounted in the center, so all the hoses come down and turn into their respective spots. On the inside, all the fittings are turned down so that all the gas lines will run down and then across to each keg. Alright, so there it is. All 8 fittings are all installed. I feel like I accomplished a lot today, but I think we got one more thing. Just wouldn't feel right if we didn't get the lid on, so I'm going to drill some holes, get this bad boy attached. So just to give you a quick idea of what I did, I reattached the hinge to the top, drilled a couple holes in the bottom so that I could use the existing holes on the top of the freezer, drilled a couple more holes in the middle just for stability, and then added some screws to the top on both sides. Reattach the light. And the lid is on. So overall, I'm happy with what we accomplished today. In the next episode, we'll start installing the kegs, laying out the gas lines, hooking up the ball locks, maybe install the manifold, and start attaching those lines too. Again, thank you for watching. If you like what you see here, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.